Blood looks red because of the large count of red blood cells. Red blood cells contain a special protein called hemoglobin. This protein helps carry oxygen from the lungs to the rest of the body, then carries carbon dioxide from the body back to the lungs so it can be exhaled. Red blood cells also carry nutrients. Red blood cells look like a donut. Red blood cells have no nucleus but can change shape easily. This helps them fit through various blood vessels in our body. However, having no nucleus limits the life of the cell as it travels through the body. The average red blood cell survives on average only 120 days. The production of the red blood cells is controlled by the erythropoietin. This is a hormone produced primarily by the kidneys. Since one red blood cell on average lasts 120 days, red blood cells are reproduced rather quickly. A red blood cell starts as an immature cell in the bone marrow, and after approximately 7 days of maturance, they are released into the bloodstream. White blood cells are important because they help us fight infections. If we didn't have white blood cells, we would be sick a lot of our life. There are less white blood cells than red blood cells, only because we need oxygen more than we need to fight off infections. The most common type of white blood cell is the neutrophil. Each neutrophil lives for less than a day. The neutrophil is the immediate response white blood cell. Neutrophil is 50 to 70% of the white blood cell count. Another white blood cell is lymphocyte. There are two main populations of these cells. There's T lymphocytes, which help regulate the function of other immune cells and directly attack various infected cells and tumors. Then there's B lymphocytes that makes antibodies, which are proteins that specifically target bacteria, viruses, and other foreign materials. Plasma carries proteins and is also the liquid component of the blood. Plasma also regulates bleeding and clotting. Platelets stop bleeding and help heal wounds. Platelets are not actually cells but rather small fragments of cells. Platelets help the blood clotting process by gathering at the site of the injury. They stick to the lining of the injured blood vessel and forming a platform on which blood coagulation can occur. This results in the formation of a Furban clot, which covers the wound and prevents blood from leaking out. Furban also forms the initial scaffolding upon which new tissue forms, this making it healed. If you have a higher count than average of platelets, this can cause unnecessary clotting, which can lead to strokes and heart attacks. However, thanks to advances made in anti-platelet therapies, there are treatments available to help prevent potentially fatal events. Lower than average counts of platelets can lead to extensive bleeding. Blood cells develop from the hematopoietic stem cells, and they are formed in the bone marrow through the highly regulated process of hematopoiesis. Hematopoietic stem cells are capable of transforming into red blood cells, white blood cells, or platelets. These stem cells can be found circulating in the blood of bone marrow and people in all ages, as well as the umbilical cords of newborn babies. Stem cells from all three sources may be used to treat a variety of diseases, including leukemia, lymphoma, bone marrow failure, and various immune disorders. If we didn't have blood, our lives would be completely different. In fact, I don't even think we would be here right now. So, thank you, blood.